All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the first ever English broadcast of the Korean Dota League. This is a different tournament from NSL. Should be an exciting one, brought to you primarily, of course, by Nexon. So more Korean Dota coming your way. I know a lot of you guys were looking forward to watching Zephyr play. They will be playing, but not in this particular match. They'll be playing in the next series. This is the Tier 2 division. There are 3 tiers in the Korean Dota League. Tier 1, Tier 2, and Tier 3. This one's a best of one, I believe. MVP Hot6 versus Mission Success. I don't know exactly what the format is, to be totally honest. This was kind of a last-minute project to get the stream set up for the cast, but that's enough John for me. I'm LD Beyond the Summit. I'm joined here today by my man Sam, Liquids Bulba. How you doing, Sam?
Doing pretty well. Did you see the matches last night, by the way?
I did. I saw the power of friendship triumph once again. Friendship took down TI3, takes down Nexon Sponsorship League.
The first game was really good, actually. I guess it was entertaining. Like, other 2 games were kind of stompish, but
I honestly thought that EOT was going to win the first game. I feel like they had that one in the bag, but
yeah,
Corey with some big plays and some questionable plays from EOT, and Zephyr prevailed.
Yeah, it looks like the Doom ban, though. That hero was definitely the game winner for that first game, I felt, as well as the Slark. That hero is incredibly strong.
Yeah, Bambo was like, I felt like it was like NBA Jam, and he was just heating up, and by the final game, there was that one moment when maybe it was the second game, where he blinked in, stunned like 4 heroes right next to the Tier 3.
Yeah.
Oh man, he was on fire last night.
Bembo, definitely. I mean, they all played really well in the last 2 games. The first game, they were kind of, I felt they were kind of nervous the first like 20 minutes, and then later on they got their groove back.
Absolutely. So, coming into this particular match, MVP Hot6, we saw a decent amount of them in NSL. Mission Success, I have actually not seen this team at all before, so I don't know how much you know about these teams, Sam, but if you do know anything, now would be a great time to share. Because I'm kind of coming in blind myself.
I have no idea about the Mission Success team. I have a friend in the MVP team. MVP
Sunby?
Andrew.
Okay.
As well as Sunby as well. Andrew is Juby. He's like an NA Dota player. He's played in like IX mics and house leagues and stuff. So I know him pretty well. And then Sunby, I don't know Sunby that much. And I think they have another NA Dota player as well. I think they have like 4 NA Dota players on this team actually.
I feel like calling it the Korean Dota League, it's such a... maybe not this league, but the NSL Finals was basically a Pinoy team against a North American squad. It was pretty funny. It's good to see some attention, though. And they, whatever the level of their teams are at now, and they do seem to be improving, but quite a bit from the first season, which was just kind of painful to watch,
I think Bird Gang is truly like the Tier 1 team in Korea that's truly Korean, right?
StarTale has a few Korean players, correct?
StarTale's Bird Gang, right?
Yeah, you're right. I'm getting the names mixed up.
Yeah, but I think they're the one team that has 5 Koreans. So.
They have that pretty... Did you see the Invoker player for that team?
Yeah.
It's from the first NSL season?
Yep. Blitz told me also he's like their best player in Korea that's like actually Korean right now. So
are you a fan of them, or?
I mean, I have their captain Tenbird. He's actually a really good friend of mine. So I don't know. I have friends on both of those teams. But
gotcha. Well, you have a lot of friends.
It seems like most of the Korean players in Korea right now are from NA Dota. So.
Yeah, they're not like native Korean citizens for the most part. But
yeah, Febby as well.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Febby as well. Oh, Febby.
These picks though are interesting. It's definitely like you can see the difference between this and Western teams. Like I guess the Slark is really valued high in Korean. I talked to Blitz after the games and he's
Doom.
like and Doom as well, and Marana as well. Marana was picked. I think Marana was first pick in by the EOT game every game I think except one. But I saw that hero quite a bit yesterday as well.
Yeah, it seems like in the Korean scene, players do tend to get caught out quite a bit more than what we're used to in other scenes, and having a hero like Doom or Slark, which can just punish bad positioning, is really strong in those situations. So it seems like their teamwork is not quite at the level of, the premier teams or even like the second tier teams of, say, Europe, and that's where heroes like Weaver, Marana, Slark, Doom, like heroes that can just punish bad positioning and find pickoffs are stronger than they might be in other scenes.
Another thing I noticed is on the Korean teams, like at least yesterday, from the the EOT team, the three core players felt decent on their team, but I felt the supports were kind of on a lower level than the other three players. At least that's what I felt from getting like the support players on EOT. I didn't feel were as good as the support players on Zephyr, and that was a big difference, I think. So I don't have no idea about the support players in this game.
Yeah, and
Friends, I
they have like a lot of heroes that require good coordination, especially on the side of mission success. Like if you Rubik lift and then throw someone like out of the path of an arrow, or you just drop them and Mirana expect you to throw them. If you throw a hero the wrong way and then you mess up the Sunstrike, like there's a lot of stuff for mission success if they're running Exhort Invoker, especially where they really need to have good coordination. So we'll have to see how much the supports are on the ball there.
so
Lone
Weaver,
Druid ban.
yeah, the lone druid ban. I guess they were accepting an aggressive tri lane from MVP where they would have put the bear on safe lane and go aggressive with the Weaver. That might have been a possibility.
Yeah, as for mission success, they looks like they probably have support Alk, support Rubik, and looking for a third farmer here. But I mean, they do have a lot of versatility with these picks.
And the
You know,
winner,
we've really seen support Alk fall off recently, though, since the fixes to the stun, I guess you could
oh
say.
my god, those changes actually made him so much weaker than what he was. I thought after the patch he'd still be strong, but if you play him in a game, it's hitting that stun is so hard right now. I feel like hitting him actually charged up. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
and doing enough
the
damage.
yeah, the night vision especially, and what you used to be able to do is with before the changes, you used to be able to like charge the stun and then TP while you're charging, but and then still get the stun off, right? Because it lasts for so long. Like the charging up can last for so long. But now on the new stun, it's like if you charge the stun and you TP, it's very hard to hit the stun when you actually get to the TP place. So I thought that was a big
Absolutely.
nerf to him as well. That wasn't really like people didn't notice that.
Yeah, Alk has definitely fallen off as a hero, at least so far. Maybe teams will figure out better ways to use him. Maybe he'll experience a bit of a recovery. But for MVP Hot6, you mentioned this Wind Ranger tends to be a bit more popular in Korea than in other scenes. And to be honest, we have not seen much Wind Ranger. There was a period where Alliance was running her a lot as a secondary support in 6.78, or as their main support for EGM, or no, secondary. Getting my terms mixed up here. And we saw sometimes Orange would run like aggressive tri-lane Windrunner in that version, but nowadays Wind Ranger is a very situational pick. But we see it quite a bit in Korean Dota.
It's a decent hero. I don't know. It seems like like you said, it's situational. In some games, it depends so much on hitting those shackles. Like if you don't hit the shackles that are clutch, you just don't really win the game. Because besides the hero, she has her spam, but she isn't that strong late game. And that's
Oh boy! Oh my goodness, that's a Putka. That's a Pudge. Was this a mistake? No, nope. Nobody complaining. So Korean Pudge. This is a good way to start off tier 2. Oh boy.
What are the lanes though? That's what interests me. Is that an invoker safe lane, Pudge mid, and aggressive?
Seems probably most likely. Pudge mid against OD is... well, actually, neither of these heroes are going to have too much fun against OD mid, but especially Pudge, that's just not a good matchup, so...
Yeah.
He doesn't match up well against Weaver in the lane either, though. This Pudge is going to have a tough laning stage.
Definitely is. It's
but
I mean,
we got a Pudge, man. We got a Pudge. The big boys in the house, and hooks are going to fly.
I mean, Pudge doesn't really care about the laning phase, though. If you think about it, he just wants the levels. So I guess we're gonna put the Pudge versus the OD because I don't know what else. Maybe they're Invoker Hot6 can't really lane versus OD, and I think Exorts like can do decent, but until you get levels up, like it's honestly a hard matchup for Invokers. So
Well,
I have no idea.
absolutely. And on that note, we do not have in-game sound. Sorry about that, guys. Should be fixed now, and I think it's a little bit loud, actually. All right, hopefully it's good. Let me know if the in-game volumes are good. We did mess around with this computer last minute, so if there's any audio issues, just drop me a message in the chat. But, well, Sam, with that being said, Korean Dota League is now underway. This is our opening match. It's a Tier 2 match. The Tier 1 game between Bird Gang as well as Zephyr is a best of 3. Should be coming up directly after this one, but for now, we're going to go ahead and introduce our team. So on the Radiant side, we have Mission Success, who I have never seen play before. But they've gone Pudge, so I'm automatically in their corner. Art going to be playing the Pudge, maybe an Alliance fan, judging by his name. We have Day, or D-A-Y, on the Mirana. Megun handling the Alchemist. Hallelujah on the Rubik. And last but not least, can you feel it? No, just feel on the Invoker. So a lot of enthusiastic names here for mission success.
Yep. And looks like, looking at their items, it looks like Invoker's gonna be going on the safe lane because he has the Ring of Protection and he's probably gonna be rushing the Bassi. And Pudge has, I guess Pudge just has whatever items for mid lane, and that Potom is gonna be in the aggressive tri lane. So that does look like a Wex Quas Invoker. Actually, I don't really know. You can't really tell till level 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say like Hani loves to go early Bassi even on his solo mid Exort Invoker. So I guess it's kind of a preference thing.
I mean, the problem is that if you go this build and you go Quas, you have no damage. And they smoked actually.
Oh, the pause came out from the Radiant, the unpause from the Dire, and now a tactical smoke towards the top lane. On the Dire side, we have MVP Hot6, last seen having a decent time of it in the Nexon Sponsorship League. Adam's going to be the first one into the front lines. Oh boy, this is a dead Crystal Maiden. No chance in hell he gets out. Maybe he does with the Banish, keeps him alive for a few seconds. Pudge will get the first blood and now is on the way out. Can he survive? He salves up. They can't bring him down. It's one kill off the bat for MS, and they give it to the Pudge. Well, that's going to be really good for Art. Early boots, early bottle. For a hero that doesn't have the best laning stage, that is a huge first blood.
Yeah, that was really good play there. Really good smoking. I guess both teams expected them to... I think what MVP expected is for mission success to come up there and try and obs board. Or put obs up in their jungle, but mission success just walked up and smoked there, so... And the Alchemist definitely showing his worth. If he gets the stun off, he's still very strong.
Yeah, it seems like maybe they should have had the Weaver or Windrunner, like someone a little bit more elusive than the CM in front if they're expecting aggression, but with that being said, we should introduce MVP. We started to, but then we had some blood. Danny will be playing the solo mid Wind Ranger. Adam starting the jungle as the CM. We might see an early gank. Nope, looks like MS just rotating bottom. Andrew on the off-lane OD. They are expecting a 1v1, and I don't think he's going to get it. And that does leave Banhua playing the Weaver, and Sunbi, your friend, on the Sand King.
I know what happened. It's MVP expected the Invoker to go safe lane, so they sent and expected an aggressive tri lane with the Crystal Maiden, so they sent OD bottom. But they just both like juked each other out, and then the other team expected the winner to be safe lane and the OD mid. So
really nice banish, but there is an arrow follow-up, and it's going to connect. And it looks like Andrews might not die, but takes a lot of damage here. That high base armor, is it enough to keep him alive? No, it's not. Even with the... He dodged the unstable concoction, but still ends up going down. Nice Astral, but... Bulba, this offlane OD, like you were saying, expecting a 1v1, not getting it, not going to have a fun time.
Yeah. But definitely both teams tried to out-mind game each other. Just ended up with these, like, offlane Invoker. The offlane Invoker's actually getting decent levels, though. So, he's going to be getting another wave.
I remember Ice 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 used to do this, like, before Invoker got nerfed, like, right after TI2. So you do it occasionally on Zenith with just, like, the early boots, get a point in Wex, and just try and survive. As we see a missed hook mid from Art, but still going hard against Danny. Well, that early first blood, you could see making the difference. Without the bottle, he'd be having a very tough time against Wind Ranger, but instead, he's not too far off of his boot, so in very good shape.
Yeah, he isn't gonna be getting much farm, though. That's the problem. Like, he'll be getting everything HLCS, but this winner is going to be free farming. They need to change these lanes up. They need to send OD mid. This OD is kind of worthless if he doesn't just farm his lane really well. So
yeah, and sure, he can dodge the unstable concoction, but in theory, if he doesn't get lifted, but we saw it doesn't even matter. If they just lift an arrow, he's either dead or he's off the lane, and OD not a good comeback hero, so they could send the Windrunner bottom. The Weaver is okay, I guess, in the off lane, but Wind Ranger would be the obvious choice, and looks like they're sending OD all the way top. So he's missing a lot of experience just to make this journey.
And he bought a TP scroll as well, that casual TP scroll.
So he bought the TP and then he walks top.
Yeah.
I'm not so sure about that.
Like, at least the Windrunners, I mean, the Windrunner and the Weaver are free farming right now on MVP's team. Like, not free farming, but they're farming really well. While the Mirana's missing quite a bit of CS. Has only 9 CS on free farm lane. So
yeah, has a Bassi now. Well, level 4 is actually keeping the Bassi on, so they may want to punish this OD for being off the lane, as he has been spotted top and push it in, or maybe just going for some additional pulls. But
they're actually trying to smoke
that much damage yet.
Trying to smoke gank mid with this CM, Sand King, and they
no,
have a
no boots on Sand King though, and there is an invis, but yeah, like you said, there is a sentry on the Sand King. Well, let's see if they can find a kill here on Art. They really need something to go their way as Pudge gets aggressive, looking for a hook, pops the invis, and they are just going to back off. In fact, it's 4 heroes now mid. Nope, we'll see a TP bottom from Banwa. And a lot of wasted time here. The hook comes in. It was a good bait from Danny, and yet, doesn't matter. Tries to slow Art down, but Art's just going to run away. What a shackle. Max range. That's what they needed. Can he get the rot deny off?
What?
Yes, he can. What was that? I didn't even see him rot, but suddenly he gets the suicide.
Yeah, the
Oh,
winner
that
was
hurts.
played that though. He missed his power shot in the stun unit. That was questionable.
Yeah, and that was a 3-hero smoke gank that they took a while to execute. It's not like they came in and just instantly went on him. They sat here for a good minute before going in, and then they don't even get the kill. Tough times for MVP Hot6 and the team that I haven't seen before. Mission success with the pocket Pudge pick, but just outplaying MVP so far, to be totally honest.
Still, the CS is what I think. I mean, the Mirana's kind of catching up since he got that Bassi ring, but the Invoker is is really poor. Like, he's getting the levels at least. Again, Invoker's a hero that really prioritizes levels. So especially Wex Quas.
Yeah, level 5 in the off lane against tiers that should be pretty good at killing him. CM, Sand King, they started with sentries. They have a lineup that should be able to at least zone him out of lane, but unable to do so, mainly due to just all the lane rotations and not putting anyone top. The supports were going mid, the OD was running from bottom to top, and then Weaver was off the lane, so he's had a lot more space than what you would normally expect for an off-lane Invoker.
Yeah. Weaver's getting some good farm as well bottom still, even though he's versatile. I guess a dual lane now because this Alchemist went to roam.
Another go on mid. They really want to shut down the Pudge. I don't know if is it worth putting this much pressure on Pudge when there's an off-lane Invoker getting 3 levels. Well, they'll try again. Another Shackle into the burrow. They drop the Nova as well, but there's a TP reaction. He's pretty damn tanky. He is going to airball the hook completely. Then the lift comes. But another failed smoke gank. Hook cooling down in 7 seconds. Not quite enough. And it looks like Alk was not in there in time to get off a stun. So, I mean, another 3-hero gank on the Pudge. Don't even get the kill this time. They do force TPs, but it's just Pudge, man. He doesn't really need the farm that bad.
Everyone's just missing spells this game. The winner missed another power shot. The Pudge missed a hook right in front of him. I don't know if I could have gotten the kill even if he got the hook though. So, and looks like Sankey's gonna get a haste top or guard it for the winner. Never
Boy,
mind.
these supports are poor. This Sankate still doesn't have boots at 6 minutes into the game. And it's not like he's been challenged in the lane. He's just been AFK. He does dive Art here, who has access to Devour as well as a hook, but he doesn't have mana for both. And Sunbeat, they give out another dive. Nope, not going to go for
tower is under attack.
it. Pretty dangerous with Dismember online to dive the tower there. Instead, he'll go top. Is top going to be better? No, just a lane warp. Oh. OD versus Invoker should be a very good matchup, but like you said, Invoker's gotten a lot of levels already, so even if he doesn't farm, how much does it matter? There's a stun bottom lane, they're looking for Bangwa. Nope. Not
That Alchemist stun.
Yeah, and it is nighttime and no longer has that really good night
Radiant's
vision,
top
so.
tower is under attack.
So I wonder. I still feel mission success has to be the one to make that first move because definitely if heroes get farmed, I think MVP has an advantage with the Weaver and the OD. So.
Do you think we're going to see like a really late Midas from the OD? Would that be a good play? Because sitting on the gloves, he could just go straight force. Could go treads, but I mean, catch up Midas is always an option.
I'm not sure. I don't know if. I mean, I guess the Midas is going to be fine. It depends again, because if he feels that he's going to be under pressure, it might be just going for the Trez and Force Staff. But if he feels that mission success isn't going to gank him at all, he can get the Midas. The Midas would still be kind of slow, but I think a Midas, as long as it's before like maybe 15 minutes, is still like, well, it gives you levels, which matter the most.
So by the way, I want to ask you, Sam, what do you think of the changes to Sandcane with, as we hear a hook mid, not gonna, looks like he just got a creep. Wrangles one in, but Sandstorm, same AoE at all levels now, used to be very small at level 1. Is this a big change for Sandcane? We saw him jungling a bit, getting more, like, the creeps will still run around, but you actually damage them most of the time anyway. Do you think
I
that
like
matters, or not that much?
Because the problem with support Sand is it's so hard to get levels, but now you can jungle as soon as you get level 2 of Sandstorm. I don't think a level 1 Sandstorm is efficient, but level 2 Sandstorm jungling is efficient, I think, because the damage doubles. That's pretty big for the
Radiant's
creeps.
top tower
And the
is under
cooldown also
attack.
decreases, which, especially when you're up against Rubik, you want to have extra points in Sandstorm. We've
As well
seen
as the
some players.
patience.
Yeah, we've seen some players that don't. I think it's Net who gets stats a lot, and oh, was it Net? No, somebody kept on getting stats like 6 months ago and giving away Burrow Strike to the enemy Rubik. So
Yeah, but thing is, like, Net used to get farm even on like the old Sandstorm. I don't know. He always used to get farm on that hero. It's pretty insane.
by the
Yes,
way, trivia question: Who had the most? Who got the most runes at TI3 out of all teams? Do you know?
Navi?
No, it was actually Orange. Do you know who got the least?
Who?
It was you guys. It was Liquid.
Oh. Okay.
But
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Still had a pretty good run in spite of that, and they will go on bottom on today. Can they shackle him? Yes, they can. Nicely done by Danny. There's your chain stun, but Art's gonna reel one in. Now he's gonna take some big nuke damage on the run. They'll bring him down. A little overzealous with the hook. And pays with his life.
Yeah. Again, mission success isn't making the plays at all right now. They have these kind of early game team fighting first, but they aren't really going to ganking. And the Invoker should have left his lane, I
Dire's
felt.
middle tower is
Try to
under
gank,
attack.
but
He even had a TP. I mean, if anyone's good at counter gank, Invoker is one of the best to do it, but just sitting top and... It's the Pudge who TP's in, but Pudge against 4,
Radiant's
generally
bottom
hard to get the
tower
kills.
is under attack.
So it looks like it will be a Midas for Andrew. He's almost got the gold for it. And with this tower falling, he'll definitely have it. There's no real trade in sight for MS, just slowly trotting back towards the lane. No TP
Radiant's
reaction from anyone
bottom
else.
tower has
They give
fallen.
MVP a free
Dire's
tower for a
middle
lineup that
tower is
is
under
not very
attack.
good at pushing at all. And that was like a full HP tower before they started on it.
again, what did the OD get? He has a minus. Yep, he went minus. So he's going to be farming really fast right now. I think he got the tower kill as well. Oh, he didn't get the tower kill, but that Midas is going to boost us up his farm. This Pudge and Mirana, especially the Mirana, is really under farmed still, I think. Even though she has the most CS, they haven't gotten any towers. And that I feel carry Mirana just needs to snowball. Like, that hero just seems really weak if he doesn't snowball.
I would really like to see a point in the ult as well. I mean, you're running Pudge, a lot of other good gankers, and I mean that's Mirana's strength, is that she can set up kills, and Moonlight Chat is great for doing so. But Day just going for the somewhat greedier, like just solo kill / farmy build, and you know the Pudge pick. What have they done lately? They'll throw in a stun mid onto Banwa. It is gonna come. What was that hook? Maybe he thought the Weaver was gonna time lapse, but he wouldn't have gone there anyway. So yeah, I have no idea.
Pudge has hit like one hook so far, I think.
Dire's
That
bottom
That was a
tower is
very
under
weird
attack.
hook.
Yeah.
Maybe he like clicked the hero by mistake or
I mean,
something.
he thought this out stun would hit him closer so you can get the out like the hero while it's stunned, but it's like Weaver's
Yeah.
moves max move speed. So
And they don't have a hill ward either. When you're running Pudge mid, you really like to have a ward up the hill so you could actually see where the enemy heroes are. But not having one yet. Also, when we see Dendi play Pudge, he loves to buy personal smokes and just go around trying to set up kills. Or they could use Moonlight Shadow for that, but Mirana has not skilled her ult. Goes back for the Midas, and I love the Pudge pick. I don't love the lack of usage of the Pudge pick. Where's the hooks, man? Where's the hooks?
Pudge just wants to sit here and farm his lane. I don't know about this. I feel this team was like, let's give this guy Pudge, he's gonna go ham. I mean, there has to be some reason you give him Pudge, right?
Well, he got first blood with 5 heroes there, so there was that.
Yeah, he's using Rot well. Let's give him that.
He's a really good rotting.
Yeah.
I've had like my noob friends tell me like, oh yeah, I'm not good at hitting hooks, but I'm really good at Pudge. Like except for hooks, it's like no, you're not good at Pudge then, buddy. But they're gonna find Danny here, Moonlight Shadow, and they do spot out the Wind Ranger. Yeah, she ain't going anywhere. There's the EMP, and that's well a very expensive gank, but
Look,
a
Pudge
nice
just
kill
used
going
Rot.
there.
He got another kill with the Rot.
This is a
How can you
really
say it's
good
a bad
dismember
Pudge?
Pudge. So legit. Dude,
Let's
he
see.
dismembers like nobody's business.
Yeah. Have you seen those Miranas that are such good leapers? Like, the way they leap is just so fancy.
Yeah, I like the
Such-
way you move. You know, she's got the sexy leaps. Well, not this game. You know, they're just running such a good hero killing lineup. That's like the first time they went for a gank in 13 minutes after getting first blood. I mean, they went on bottom once against offlane OD, but that was really it.
Yeah, she can't Rot bottom.
tower is
She might
under
die,
attack.
maybe? Yeah, I think he can kill him. It's a
Yeah, there's
one
no
way.
leap mana here. Trying to phase away. OD ult is available. probably would have killed him with the... Well, maybe not killed him, but brought him very low.
If the OD went the better skill build, he could have killed her. I think you should get your at least one level of orb on your level 8 or 9. And he didn't. He maxed up his Essence Aura, which I don't think you need to do. I think getting one level of orb is quite good early.
Finally hits level 10 and has a point in the orb, but it's still really good for MVP. After giving up first blood, giving up a kill in the offlane OD, running all the way top. Oh, Alex gonna maybe stun himself. No! Barely connects on Sungbi. Is there any follow-up in sight? There is nothing. Zilch. Nada. Are they gonna turn around on this? Nope. Just Pudge, Hook, and Illusions. This is not Arts Day. Poor guy. And the funny thing is, like, there aren't any wards up for MVP right now, so this should really be a good opening.
He's on the
There's a lift in, and EMP Tornado as well. The EMP is going to connect at the last second, but Sungbi not dead yet. There's no Sunstrike available. Invoker just doesn't have any points to exhort yet, and now the turnaround comes. They'll bring down the Alk. They go on to Hallelujah. Hallelujah. See ya at the well. The hook's off the mark. Oh, poor Art, my friend.
He's using Rot well, though.
He almost gets the Rot tonight. Almost a huge play. Not quite there, though. There's a Cold Snap not being used by Field. Now he pops it, but it's too late. Marana's on the run. Marana will fall. It's just an absolute train wreck. MS, one by one, they all fall down. Just straight into the meat grinder, really. Is there a shackle? Nope. Nothing attempted. That was one of the worst executed fights I've seen in a while.
That Pudge missed 3 hooks in that fight. I don't know if he caught all of them, but...
Yeah, I don't think I caught all of them. I caught 2, I believe. But the chain stun just isn't there from this team, and only now does Rubik hit level 6. I don't even know if he had it until this creep wave. Yeah, he just got it. So would have really been nice to have a Burrow Strike there, a Sakuchi, but not going to be the case.
Yeah, they at least got the OD kill though, but I guess he doesn't really care. And he's I think it's the most farmed hero in the game right now. And actually, this Winter is really farmed. She has a 4-staff soon.
Yeah, she had a really fast mech, and it took them a while to kill her, even when they found her with 4 heroes over in the secret shop. But it seems like MS are just kind of lacking direction. They have aggressive wards in the enemy jungle, or semi-aggressive, but they're not really using them to control the tempo. They have Marana ult, not using it to set up ganks, aside from the one we saw earlier. And there's a lane ward here as well, so all this movement definitely spotted out by MVP. And as long as they just keep on split pushing and farming, what's MS really going to do late game?
Yep. They need to make a move. Marana's just... I have no idea. They're trying to get another gank. Let's see this Pudge. He's moving. He's moving. He's making his...
He does not have an... He doesn't, yeah, his presence has been known. You know, these are the hooks to lull your opponent into a false sense of security, Sam. Yeah. Then he's just going to eat his Wheaties and start busting out the big plays.
Oh, they Marana, they're going in.
They did, but I think Field may be spotted by that Dire Observer where they are backing off. The hook's going to fly once again off the mark. Oh, Art, come on. You are not Art style, that's for sure. There's your 2-hero stun from the Octo. Beautifully done, but there's still a 2-hero burrow. And over the top comes the OD, brings down the Rubik. The Pudge has fallen as well. Can they take Field with them? He will Ghost Walk. There is no Sentry available, so that chase will be in vain. But in the end, they only get a Sand King. They lose the Rubik as well, and now the Out comes back in. He does connect on Adam, but he may have gone too far here. Can they focus him down in time? The orbs come through. He's low. He's dead, and they want more. Hammer deployed, and everybody melts. Feel out of Ghost Walk. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. The 4-staff's in the well. He's going to fall as well. That's got to be another team wipe, and it might well be. Hallelujah on the run. He stole the swarm. Not what he needs here. Not what he needs at all. There's a time-lapse available. Can dive for this kill if he so chooses, but might have died in doing so. And in the end, another disastrously bad fight for MS. Just a rough game.
I mean, the Pudge, if you noticed, he got a kill with his Rot and he suicided. So he's still living up to the standard of being the best Rot Pudge in the world. You know?
Yeah, that suicide that I mid was so legit when they missed the power shot.
Yeah. I think his problem is it's on the front stage. I'm pretty sure he probably hits the Pudge, the hooks at, like, when he's in his house and he's playing pub games, but it's like now he's just shacking the free throw line. He's missing everything.
I guess can you pull like an N9 here or an Absolute Legends and say he's having trouble because he's too used to having some delay online? Yeah. I mean, Pudge does feel a lot different on LAN. Is that an excuse we can use here for him, Sam?
Yeah, definitely.
You sounded very confident about that.
I mean, let's
yeah,
just wait.
we could. I wouldn't, but we could.
There's,
we'll
there's
see
still
the
a
early
chance
blink.
for Mission Impossible to come back. I mean, look, Mission Success. Sorry.
Mission Impossible, are you trying to send a message here to this team? Not too sure. The Shackle Shot will connect on Migo on bottom lane. But the Power Shot off the mark again. Oh my goodness. Another missed Power Shot on another stationary target. Don't know if it would have killed him, but it would have been real close.
Mirana LT is at least used. I haven't seen the Mirana really hit arrows too, though. So let's
Yeah, the Windrunner Shackles have been good, but the Power Shots have just been awful.
Oh, look at top. Oh god, he got the.
Go for the hook. No! As soon as he canceled the ult, immediate time lapse back out. And now something stolen. It was Sakuchi, the punch suicides again. Best rot KR. Best rot KR. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they'll find the Mirana as well. It's a bloodbath, and, well, there's another punch deny, so that's something.
Yeah, I think he's like. He's had so many suicides. He has. Yeah, he's definitely like.
He's got like at least three suicides. At least 3.
Professional suicider.
Best rot KR, man.
Radiant structures
So
are
legit.
fortified.
In the meantime, Danny just sieging this bottom tower. He pops Focus Fire on it, and middle lane as well. They'll bring down a tier 1. Now they focus on the Alk. He channels a stun. There is an OD ult. It'll be enough for the kill. The Alk goes back to the base. And one other thing that we didn't mention, you were mentioning how Sand King Sandstorm makes him better. Like, he's better for the team's economy than he used to be as a support. But also that Blink no mana cost.
Yeah, that
huge
was
improvement for Sand King.
Feels so legit having a blink dagger. Like you can rush it on some heroes and just have the mana pool to use everything. So,
Yeah,
See,
I
this is
still
just-
feel like Blink's such a good item. It's ridiculous that it also doesn't have a mana cost, but if it means we
Alright.
get to see more Earthshaker, I'm okay with that.
I like blink dagger. It's a cool item. I mean, I'd rather see blink dagger than Midas. Let's be honest here.
Well, if I'm playing, I want the Midas, but if I'm casting, I definitely want the Blink.
Yeah.
So bottom lane, they'll go in on Day here, and should be a pretty easy kill if they have detection, and they do. They've got some dust. Day ain't going anywhere. He can leave, but he's still frostbitten up. Tries to pop the ult. Pudge tries to bail him out with the hook. That one was pretty close, but not close enough. Meanwhile, they have spotted Danny, but can they actually get the kill on him? They'll drop the stun. No 4-step, but pops the wind run. Should be okay.
I'm just gonna try another hook possibly. No.
That was has he actually hit a hook on? I think he hit the one top, right? You said one in this.
No,
team
no,
fight?
he didn't hit any so far.
Okay.
He's hit one on creeps.
So that was his closest hook then. Yeah, he's definitely hit a creep.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're ragging on Art a bit, but like you said, it's on the big stage. He's probably used to playing online, and you know, in the comfort of his team house or his own home. This is a different beast, trying to wrangle the Pudge hooks in a LAN setting against MVP, who are in some ways just the bigger name and the more well-known team.
Yeah, he's probably playing on US East right now. That's why.
It's the server USCs. Sam, do you know something I don't?
No.
Okay.
It's
I wish
paused.
there was hook accuracy like in Dota 1.
Yeah, that was one of the cooler commands in that game. As well as the where you type Rickroll or whatever and you get the Rickroll quotes. It's pretty funny.
I also miss like the weather and just the changing the river color, like stuff that isn't actually a big deal at all, but just random little things that I don't think anyone particularly misses them, but I just would enjoy having.
How about when people are lagging? That was the most obnoxious shit though, let's be honest here. Where the screen pops up.
Oh yeah. Or when people are like trying to change the latency if you play like Brood War even. That was awful too. PP. Everybody wants to pause. They do have a shackle available middle lane. Are they gonna fling it? Nope. Looks like they're just gonna chill, and there will be a hook.
Oh.
He's wrangled one, but the dismember cancels it. Oh, he actually got him, but then canceled it. Wouldn't have been enough anyway. Now a 2-hero Blink, Burrow, OD, ult not available. I don't know if they needed this. Pudge is still alive for now, but it feels only for now. Could be another rot deny. No, he gets shackled. He ain't denying himself this time. And now a tornado comes through. It connects onto Epi's a little bit late, but does come in. Drops feel fairly low, and now the chase is on Mirana. The cat's on the run. The bug is the one in pursuit. Meanwhile, Hallelujah casually struts in to several enemy heroes. The out came in for the side. They brought down 2. The arrow just barely off the mark. Sungbi just able to dodge it. Walks out of the way after going into Sandstorm and will blink away to safety. You know, Sam, it's hard for this Pudge and Mirana now with Weaver having BKB, Blink on the Sand Cane, Windrunner with Force Staff, and OD with his Astral. There's just a lot of ways to dodge arrows and hooks.
And OD's quite farmed as well right now. The Midas is paying off, and he's also going to hit level 16 soon. He's gonna be
Casual
able to-
Ogre Club into an Ultimate Orb.
Yeah.
This is the I'm really farmed, so I just want a little bit of everything build. He's 8-2-1. This was an off-lane OD that walked all the way from bottom lane to top. He didn't TP, he walked there. Like, wasted a good 4 minutes.
He bought the TP scroll too, that was...
Yeah, he bought the TP, then he walked up. Then he went back for a very late Midas. And, well, it felt like it was late. It was around 10.5 minutes, but now he's sitting on the leader in net worth. He's pretty comfortable at this point.
Yeah, they're going to get the Roshan relatively easily.
And they're working on Roche now, and with all these aggressive observers, MS, there are no sentries down as of yet, so maybe we could see a Moonlight Shadow initiation towards the pit. Now a sentry gets dropped, though. They should be ready for this, and there will be a Sunstrike. Now they know Roche at half HP. They can't really get there in time. There's no Pudge for this. They might try anyway, but they've been spotted out. They'll fling an arrow desperately into the pit. Adam's just going to face tank it. He saw it coming. Doesn't matter. But Sandcane's there with a 3-hero burrow. Then he waltzes away. If they die for him, they're probably losing both. The Alks on the run. Tornado coming through. Only catching the Crystal Maiden there. Not enough at all. Weaver on the chase. Pudge up on the high ground. But the OD ult. Look at it go. Big damage. Everybody low. Will we see a Rot Deny? No Rot Deny this time, Senor. He's dead. That's 3 to fall. Could be more. Your Alk in the river on the retreat out, but eats a burrow. Sungbi with the big plays. Still alive. Sunstrike! Not enough. 4 fall in the end, and Invoker, the lone survivor. They did lose the Aegis, but well worth it for the trades they got there.
Yeah, he might die as well. No, I don't know. He's going to be fine.
Yeah. So this OD hurts. I'm pretty sure that's what happened in that team fight.
Yeah, honestly, OD can like 1v5 them at this point. His ultimate just takes down everyone.
I mean, give Sungbi credit. He goes in, hits a 3-hero burrow, baits them all to follow him, and then ends up coming back into the fight with like 100 health, secures an additional kill. Whether he knew the Sunstriker was coming or not, dodges it anyway, and lives to tell the tale. So, Sungbi making some big plays on that support Sand King.
Yeah.
Your boy.
Sunbi.
Did you invent Sungbi?
No, I don't even know him that much.
Not gonna play him. You know, he actually said something interesting in the lobby. I'm not sure if you were reading, but apparently they don't allow Clockwork to cog creeps in the off lane. Like, you're not allowed to trap them in the trees.
That's a horrible rule. I don't know why they put that. That makes the hero kind of bad. Actually, it's fine off lane still, but that's one of the stronger suits off lane where you can just, you're guaranteed experience no matter what with those cogs.
Yeah. And it's just like, the game is balanced generally nowadays around everything in the game. Like, it used to be that some things were maybe a little broken and you'd have rules like against 5 Necro books, but, you know, in Dota 1, but those days are long gone. We'll see an initiation in RTZ style from Andrew. He goes aggressive. Will there be a Shackle follow-up? There's a Blink, Burrow, but Airball. Oh, actually they got him with the Frostbite, but not with the Burrow Strike. Now, a 2-hero EMP comes through. Rubik managing to steal something. It was only a power shot, but the Alk's fallen, and now Weaver going hard on the backlines, BKBs, and just dives. There's a Dismember, but not going to pop in here. Can they bring down the Mirana? No detection for the time being. The Sand Cane is the gem, but the Sand Cane is not in vision range just yet, and it looks like in the end, MS will lose only the Alchemist, who I didn't see, but I think just like got blown up in the middle of the AoE.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get those towers as well, though. It just feels really hard for MS to fight them in the team fights. There are BKBs and the levels as well. The levels are the most important, I think. Touch hits, misses another hook, but that was impossible for him to land there.
I hope this doesn't deter teams from trying fun stuff like Pudge, because I can only imagine the amazing audio clips if a Korean Pudge actually starts hitting hooks for the Korean commentators. I really want to see that.
I mean, I'm also surprised to see MVP in the Tier 2 division. I thought
there was a qualifier, and I believe the way it worked is there were 3 teams per group, and only the first place team advanced. So Zephyr was in a group with, I think it was EOT. Was it EOT? I think it was EOT. And they were worried they might not get into Tier 1, but in fact they did.
And who else is in Tier 1? It's Zephyr, Bird Gang, and is it the MVP team that Demon was on? Phoenix team.
might be. I can check after this game, but we'll have some action bottom. Shackle barely gonna fail to connect. They do manage to kill off that Sand King, snag the gem, and they're gonna scoot on away. But you're, Rubik trying to run, trying to hide, but one more orb will bring him down. Now Migat, he stunned himself. Can they shackle him? Looking for the angle. The tornado will connect on one, but Andrew dodges it. Now it's Danny's turn to run. There's your hook. Got him, boys. Bring him back to Stun City. And they'll kill him off in the end, so Pudge is heating up. That's another decent hook from our friend.
Yep. He's on the roll. He has the momentum.
The problem with, I mean, outside of like the fountain hooks from Navi, generally if Pudge has a bad start, the team doesn't win. So
yeah,
it's hard to come back. But it's fun. It's fun to cast anyway.
Yep. So right now MVP can also just split push them and go and get all their outer towers as soon as possible. So Odie has Hex soon, which is going to be pretty big.
He actually already got it.
So, yeah, he has Hex right now, and he's going to be going for the BKB right after.
Oh boy, his int is like 130, and Alk sitting at 43 int. I mean, we could just do a quick intelligence check in general. The highest is probably this Invoker, and he's only at like 70-ish. Yeah, around 70 int, so OD's almost doubling everyone, if not tripling them in some cases. That ult's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt quite a bit. Well, anything MS can do at this point, Sam? Are they pretty screwed? Is there?
They did hit like a really good arrow. I feel if they get the arrow off on the OD and they can burst down the OD, they can maybe win a fight.
But Pudge is walking right in, and Sand King has dust. The gem was confiscated by the Mirana though, so not available here. Remember, it was stolen in that earlier gank. There will be a shackle on 2, and now Alk's gonna stun himself. That's 2 down. Oh boy. Oh boy. Pudge is next. That's 3. It could be 4 if they even try to fight. They hex up Feel. They have 1 burrow in 3 seconds time. That should be enough to bring down the Invoker. It's 4 down. Another great shackle from Danny. Hasn't hit the power shots in the early stages, but the shackles, boy, they've been on point.
And the Weaver has a Deso up right now, so he's going to be doing insane damage.
Mad Deeps. And Lincoln's on Mirana. She will get burrowed. Then the shackle. Barely off the mark, but they could go in here. EMP Tornado. Gonna turn the fight around. Discourage MVP from any future aggression, and they will retreat out. But they've taken a tier 2, and Roche should be coming up fairly soon. Yep, just a few minutes before it respawns. And with the Deso, the OD having Hex, they're gonna bring Roche down in probably like 20 seconds tops. So, gonna be hard for MS to contest this next one, and if they give it up, good luck defending their base. I wish them all the best, but they're gonna need it.
And Odie got a regen rune, so they're gonna try and pick off this Invoker if he shows up in this lane. With the Blink Sanking and then the follow-up Hex. They actually smoke for this, so this Invoker's dead.
He does have Force, but if they just hit that Blink Burrow, he is not going anywhere. Hexed up, brought down, and he just fought back in the previous team fight. And now 5 minutes cooldown on the buyback. I don't know if I'd call it a dieback, but that's 2 deaths and a buyback for the Invoker. Not having a good time, and they need items on him. Like, they don't have a hard carry like an OD who can just 1v5 the enemy team. They really need a Hex. At least some sort of additional utility, and he's just not getting it at this rate.
Pudge is actually smoke right now. They're going to be trying to pick off this Weaver. It's going to be really
there. Dismember's available. The arrow's going to connect. Well done as MS find a kill, but here comes the Epi. Connects on 2. Rubik. He's still got the stolen Sakuji, but the OD hook comes through, cleans up the out. And now they're all on the run, and they'll find Art here on the backside, I believe. Detection is deployed. Art's done. No route deny this time for you. And they're going in. They're diving deep for this one.
That was a good kill on the Weaver, though. It's them hook into Dismember into arrow.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about, is their lineup requires really good coordination. And, well, they got it, but maybe just a little bit late, as Day will barely escape from the big dive from MVP. And there's a Hexa Windrunner as well. This Windrunner's huge.
Yeah, he's been... I mean, they've all just... The 3 core heroes on MVP side have just been free farming it up. Mirana has decent farm, actually. Never mind. 30 minutes in for that. It's not that good.
No, that's... I mean, if you're having a good game, you could have this... That's good
for around like 24 minutes or 23, maybe 20. That's decent farm.
Yeah,
but
something like 23 to 25-ish.
Yeah, problem is she lacks damage, and she's just gonna get bursted to the OD ulti without the BKB.
Yeah, Yeah, Mirana is not out-carrying OD without some serious backup, and where's it going to come from at this point? Maybe we see Rubik steal some big spells? Like a Burrow Strike could be crucial in these team fights, but outside of that, Sam, I just don't know. They just don't have the damage. And OD, he'll have BKB if he wants it at this point, so at that point, how do you kill him? They have Dismember to deal with BKB, and that's just not enough.
He's actually gonna buy Refresher. He's gonna say screw to the BKB.
Somebody's an RTZ fan. The straight Refresher. No Shivas even. Just goes directly for the big damage item.
Yeah, I guess he feels he's confident enough to get the Roche head. Once he gets the Aegis, he doesn't even need BKB. Because they can't kill him at all.
We're going to try and contest this Roche, and there's a Sentry Ward deployed in the river, but they actually don't have vision into the enemy woods. The Roche dropping fairly low. Is there going to be a commitment yet? If they want to go, they got to do it soon. Moonlight Shadow dropped. The Dire squad, well, they get the Roche, and now they're going to go in. They do hook, but unfortunately, the Tornado's going to prevent them from pulling in the OD. Could have been a good way to start the fight, but instead, just not going to work out. So they had the one good combination, but the combination gaming has been lacking since.
They might try another hook here. They have vision.
There's double OD ult. There's an Aegis up. I don't know about this. Arrow slightly off the mark. Mirana curses softly under her breath. Gotta be frustrated if you're Day at this point. Oh boy. Oh boy. I don't know if that's the one you want to hook. He's got Aegis and Refresher. Oh no. This is bad. This is very bad. OD's coming. Hammer's down. Drop the double. See ya, boys. 4 will fall. You go on OD.
Dropped.
You go on OD, you're going to have a bad time when he's got Aegis Refresher. He didn't even use his hexes there. Just went straight for the double ult. Oh my goodness.
They're going to get mid.
Ouchie.
Back's pretty easy.
Oh no.
Oh,
I think this is the end. This looks to be the end here for MS. They fought valiantly after a difficult start to the laning stage, but 34 minutes in, they seem to be all out of gas. MVP overrunning them. Weaver pushing it through the top lane, the rest of MVP through the middle. And this should be 1, maybe 2 lanes of racks. I feel like they could still fight, but the safe play will be to back off after this first lane.
Hope they don't go for the safe play, though.
Yeah, let's see the YOLO dives. And OD never even lost Aegis in that fight. That's the most frustrating part.
Looks like MS is going to try out to go for another kill, but there's a double damage top. Maybe this Weaver can get it some damage. They use Ronald, so they're going to still going.
And they're walking directly up the hill. MVP just casually retreating. Looks like they're going to wait for the double OD ult to cool down. They've spotted the Weaver mid, but he'll just head back towards the top lane, scurries to the winds, and there's just not much MS can do. They can't really keep up with the Weaver and his split push at this point.
Yeah. He's gonna have the next item coming up soon, which is gonna be the Lincolns. Once he
The
gets
classic,
Lincolns, they have no way to kill him.
Pinoy BKV Lincoln's unkillable Weaver build. They'll go in with the EMP Tornado, but he's still got the BKB if he needs it. Probably gonna pop it soon. No, just scurries away. Can't even force out a BKB. In fact, it's still... He's had this BKB for ages, and yet it's still... I think it was his first big item, in fact, and it's not even a 4-second BKB yet.
They haven't really taken that many fights enough for it still, like... I mean, right now it just seems... I don't know what Mission and Success can do to win this game. Their farm is just... they have no farm at all. It's like, what, close to 40k, 35k will be.
I mean, like, in theory, the Out could be a big player at this stage if he had gotten farm, but he's got literally nothing. Second poorest hero in the game. And heroes like Pudge, Invoker, really need to be ahead of an OD Weaver to compete in the mid-game. Even the Mirana. It is not good. MVP still with the Aegis up for about 2 minutes here. 2.5 perhaps, so with the DD now coming onto the Windrunner, would be a good time just to march down the top lane, maybe push in mid, and then rotate top.
Oh, Odie actually went for an Ags. That's interesting. He has Ags Refresher.
Yeah, this used to be like the clowny pub bill was just stacking Ags on OD, but I don't really see it much nowadays. They'll go in now, and they try to dive. The out stun coming through, but unfortunately Sankyo was up in the air, so it didn't connect. Now the double OD ult. Andrew says, get out of my game. This is ours for the taking. Triple kill claimed in a matter of seconds. And that time he did use the hexes. Not that he needed to. GG! MS, they'll drop this first game. And it is a best of one, I believe, so... Well, they're not kings of the hill any longer, that's for sure.
Can't wait to see some Andrew versus Corey action.
Who's your rares on for that one?
Oh, I guess on a different tier, so we can't see that, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to see some, MP versus Blitz action, I guess.